Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. July begins behind the scenes. On July 4th, Mars conjunct Uranus activates your 12th house, which is the area of the chart connected to your subconscious mind, emotional baggage, hidden fears, healing, and everything that tends to operate beneath the surface. This isn't always the easiest place to experience Mars-Uranus conjunction because the energy can feel difficult to identify. You may feel restless without knowing exactly why. Sleep patterns may become disturbed. Old emotions, memories, or situations that you thought were long behind, you could suddenly demand your attention again. If something surfaced during this first week of July, try not to push it away immediately. There may be something important you are meant to understand before moving forward. On July 7th, Neptune stations retrograde in your 10th house of career, reputation, life direction, and long-term goals. Over the next several months, many Cancer placements may begin questioning where they are headed professionally and whether the path they are currently on still feels meaningful. Some of you may realize that a goal you've been pursuing no longer excites you the way it once did. Others may start seeing certain professional situations more clearly. Neptune retrograde often removes confusion slowly. The answers don't usually arrive all at once, but by the end of the year, you may have a much better understanding of what success actually means to you. July 10th brings Venus conjunct the South Node in your 3rd house of communication, learning, thinking, and everyday conversations. This can bring closure around a conversation, a mindset, or even a situation involving siblings, neighbors, or people you interact with regularity. For some of you, it may simply be time to stop repeating a story you've outgrown. Pay attention to what you are ready to leave behind mentally, because this transit often creates space for a healthier perspective to emerge. On July 12th, Mercury Cazimi takes place in your sign. This is one of the most important moments of the month for you. A realization about yourself, your future, or the direction you are heading can arrive very suddenly around this time. Information that felt confusing during Mercury retrograde may finally make sense. You've been waiting for clarity. Pay attention to what comes up around July 12th, because this transit can provide an important piece of the puzzle. The following day, Venus squares Uranus. A conversation may reveal something unexpected, or emotion you've been keeping private could suddenly come to the surface. Try not to overreact to what happens on July 13th. Uranus often brings surprises, but not every surprise requires immediate action. Then we arrive at your new moon. The new moon on Cancer on July 14th opens a brand new personal chapter that activates your 1st house of identity, goals, confidence, and self-development. This is your opportunity to focus on yourself. What do you want the next year of your life to look like? What habits, goals, or decision would help you become the version of yourself you're trying to grow into? This is one of the best new moons of the year for setting personal intentions and taking the first steps towards something important. July 20th brings a powerful opposition between Jupiter in Leo and Pluto in Aquarius. For Cancer, this activates your 2nd and 8th houses, bringing attention to money, resources, financial partnerships, debts, investments, and shared obligations. Some of you may need to make an important financial decision around this time. Others may find themselves reassessing who or what they are investing their energy into. The theme here is empowerment. Jupiter is helping you build greater confidence in your own value, while Pluto is transforming the way you approach trust, dependency, and shared resources. On July 23rd, Mercury stations direct in your sign. Things begin moving again. Decisions become easier to make. Conversations become clearer, and situations that felt stuck during Mercury retrograde may finally start progressing. Then we arrive at July 26th, one of the most significant turning points of the month. Saturn stations retrograde in your 10th house, asking you to review your career path, long-term ambitions, responsibilities, and professional foundations. The month closes with a full moon in Aquarius conjunct Pluto on July 29th. A financial matter, emotional connections, investment, debt, or shared responsibility may reach an important turning point. For some Cancer placements, this full moon brings clarity around the relationship dynamic. For others, it highlights a financial situation that needs to be addressed. Either way, something that has been developing beneath the surface becomes impossible to ignore, and what you learn at the end of July may help shape some of the decisions you make during the months ahead.